Hello, my name is Karla Strain. I work at the Battle of Lexington State Historic Site. I've just been decorating our tree in our visitor center here with some of the things the Victorians would have used to decorate their trees. Things they would have used include both wrapped and unwrapped packages hidden amongst the branches. They would have also had different paper chains like our red and yellow ones here. They also used animals in paper chain form like our doves here and the squirrels over here to help decorate their tree as well as around the room. And they also decorated their tree with little hand fans that they made. Last but not least, something we're going to work together on today is our Christmas cards. We talked last week about the meanings of Victorian Christmas cards, and today we're going to learn how the Victorians would have then taken those Christmas postcards and turned them into decorations for their tree. Let's head over and make some of these together. So some of the things you might need today to do our crafting projects, we have things like paper scissors, fabric scissors, maybe a hole punch, paper. We have some cut that's just half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and one that's about half of this half, which is approximately 4 inches by 6 inches. We have some cotton balls, some pom-poms. We have some foil shred, which looks like tinsel. It comes in different colors. Glitter glue. We have actually craft glue, Elmer's glue, glue stick, hot glue, something to glue your pieces together. We also have ribbon options, like this is kind of a tinsel or almost like a pipe cleaner that comes in different colors. It's just a little bit thicker. We have regular ribbons and lace that you might want. Different papers, you can get creative with your crafting papers as well. There's a lot of options out there, like some of the examples we have on the table. And last but not least, we have some options that the Victorians would have had, which is tinsel here, just regular strands of tinsel. And then we have the garland stand tinsel. This is our modern tinsel, which is garland, which is too big. But if you have some old, you can give it a haircut so that it's about 1 inch thick. And that would look more like what the Victorians had later in the Victorian time period. For our first project, we're going to be making this paper chain. They're very easy to make. Just set that aside for now. The first thing you need is a sheet of paper. You can use whatever size you want. Just remember, the larger the sheet of paper, the bigger the paper chain. I like to start with a half sheet of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. The first thing we're going to do is fold that in half. So once you have this in half, we're ready to actually cut. So we'll get our paper scissors out as our next step here. One thing to remember when you're cutting, you're going to be cutting into the paper, but not all the way through from both sides. You need to begin on your folded sheet of paper and you need to end on your folded sheet of paper. So just do the best you can. The narrower the cuts, the more fragile and easy to tear your paper chain will be. So you're just going to start your cuts. Again, don't cut all the way through, so you'll have kind of a zigzag here. So you're just going to continue all the way through your paper. So again, you're going to have this long kind of zigzag pattern. Then what you'll do, and it can be tough to do, it can be tricky, you will open this up and get it to lay flat once more. And then with your finished, you can pull the two edges apart and you can see the paper chain that you've created, just like we did here with this paper chain. Very simple, very easy to do. I hope you enjoy that craft. So next, we're going to be taking our Victorian Christmas cards, like this sleigh scene here, and we're going to turn this into a Christmas card like the Victorians might. Of course, we have a lot of modern supplies we can use to make ours even prettier than what the Victorians could do. Today, we're going to need some paper. You can print these offline, by the way. You can print your own Victorian Christmas card. These are public domain, so they shouldn't be copyrighted. There's several available if you just go to your local search engine and type Victorian Christmas cards. Once you get that printed off, you're going to need your paper. I've chosen to use a little heavier duty paper. This is some of our crafting paper. It's more like stock paper, and it has a slight shimmer to it, so we're going to be using that today. It's okay to use regular paper. Just know that with the stiffer paper, it will help keep it firm when it's all finished. So the first things I want to do is I just want to take a couple of these and just kind of get a little funky here with the design. So we're just going to glue these together with a simple glue stick. Make sure edges are good. Oops, looks like I missed a corner. Keep in mind you can add all sorts of things for decorations. We're just going to do a simple version. So next we want to figure out how we want to get this card on here. So we'll glue it down next. And with that, we can put a little, actually we're just going to tape some ribbon to the back here. So here I just have some scrap ribbon. We're going to put a little loop. Should have that at the top here. And to make sure that the tape stays in place for several years or several seasons of use, we're going to use a little bit of packing tape to tack that ribbon down. And voila, you now have a simple Christmas card. Let's look at some other examples I did to give you some inspiration for your crafting. We hope you enjoyed making crafts for the Victorian, rather old-fashioned Christmas for our Missouri State Parks video series. Thank you and have a happy holiday season.